Thank you for joining us for today's session on Build Brand Reputation using Facebook. I would like to connect this session to my previous session on Learn Digital Marketing Zero to Hero, as we are moving ahead with the use of one more digital marketing channel in this session, that is Facebook. Today we have participants from 40 different countries, including our live streamers and all of you who have connected us over Zoom. International students studying in India. We have participants from Science Africa Foundation based in Zambia and my Indian friends. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. I want to review the functionality of Zoom. Your active participation is important throughout the session. Right now, I have everyone on mute to avoid background noises and may distract you from listening to the webinar. Throughout the presentation, my teaching assistant will be managing the chat functionality. You can enter your questions in the chat panel. I'll bring them up during the presentation, and we will also have time for questions at the end. I would request participants who are not connected with the Zoom and are viewing this session as a live streamer with a dedicated live streaming link to please drop in your questions in the WhatsApp group that we have formed. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to the next slide and start the session. My name is Shehrevar Davierwala. I will be your instructor for this completely online and interactive session. Let me start by introducing myself in short. I have a Master's of Science degree in Information Technology from Mumbai University, a teaching experience that englobes teaching and training students at K-12 schools up to university students and teachers in the field of use of information technology in education to enhance teaching, learning process, and capacity building workshops in person and online in Afro-Asian countries, to name a few: Afghanistan, Bhutan, Nepal, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. Currently, I'm working as Executive International Promotions and Admissions at Symbiosis Center for International Education, SCIE, Centralized Office of Symbiosis International Deemed University, India, one of the top universities in India, Asia, and BRICS by QS World Ranking Agency. I would now request Ms. Habiba, my teaching assistant, to introduce herself.
Hello friends, good evening. I'm Habiba Hussaini. I'm from Afghanistan. I'm completing my MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, and I'm currently doing my intern with the Symbiosis International University. So sir, you can continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Habiba. In previous sessions, we were able to understand the concepts of digital marketing, its importance, channels of digital marketing, use of organic, inorganic ads. We were also able to plan a digital marketing strategy and use the same to develop email marketing campaign and attract leads. If this is your first session or have missed out on any of the sessions before, I would request you to later, after this session, visit the links provided on this particular slide so that you can go through the recorded sessions and draft the digital marketing and use it to build your brand reputation. Those who have already completed the previous sessions, I would request you to refer your digital marketing strategy and follow the steps and use the takeaway of this session to build your brand reputation after this session. Moving further, Facebook is ultimate tool for building brand awareness with 2.5 billion monthly active users. Facebook remains the most popular social media platform, with its users visiting the site more regularly than users on any other social media sites. In fact, all of the Facebook's features are very easy. That's why your parents, aunts, uncle, and grandparents use it. In this session, we will learn to build professional and convincing Facebook page, know your potential followers to have successful Facebook marketing, tools that help you to increase your content quality of your Facebook post, understand lead generation in 30 seconds, how to access your ad manager, setting up lead generation campaigns, ad budget, audience, and scheduling.
Luca, c'è un panino! Ugo! Menù! C'est la banana! Miam, miam!
Finding a boss was easy. But keeping a boss, therein lies the rub. They bounced from one evil boss to another, but they never seemed to find their perfect fit.
It is absolutely true. Half knowledge is very dangerous thing. It may lead to one or the other disaster. The need to comprehend something clearly is very important, and if you are unclear about something, it is better left untouched. When we talk about things that we are unsure about, they become rumor and propaganda. They may create confusion and misunderstanding among people. And that is the same mistake that we have to avoid when we go ahead towards building a brand reputation. In the previous sessions, we made use of this particular chart to build in our strategy, considering all the important points. I will be considering the strategy that I have designed for my hypothetical business and follow this plan. To plan a proper campaign and achieve success, we shall stick to digital marketing strategy. Before going ahead, let's have a look at prerequisites. Based on our strategy, we will create Facebook page. I assume we have business logos ready, all related images and content. If you are a startup or lack professional graphic designing skills, or you are having problems with money, you can design your logo and cover pictures using canva.com and use its free services, or unsplash.com. Let me show you the demonstration for the same in the next slide. So you can turn on your Google and just type for Canva or canva.com. This is the first page that you will come across, and you need to sign up and create account. You can log in using Gmail, as I have done. You can fill in this information that why you exactly need Canva for. So if you are a small business, you can sign up for small business, a teacher, then you can sign up accordingly. In my case, I'll be signing up as a personal user. It's for my personal use to develop this video. If you want to go ahead and top up for the advanced features, you can do that. But in my case, I prefer to go free. Here you can select templates for different use, including logos, posters. In our case, we are designing a logo, so I have selected a template for logo. Again, there are subcategories. You can select the template as per your business, as per your choice. You can just scroll through all the categories which are provided over here. Please note there are few templates which are paid. In our case, we'll be hunting for the template which is free and related to my hypothetical business, which is called as Farm Fresh Vegetables. So I'm looking for something that represents a logo for a vegetable organic farm to sell organic vegetables. You can browse through the logos of your image. This seems good for me, so I have selected this logo, and you can modify this logo using different settings. You can change fonts, you can change font size, color, you can group the image together, you can set up transparent backgrounds, change the text as I'm doing right now. So this gives me my logo. You can also select different custom designs. In my case, I'm good to go with this. So you may just have a look at it, because we are going to use the same website to create Facebook cover. Now the logo that I have designed, I have already downloaded and stored it. Now I'm going ahead with the Facebook cover. The good thing about this website is I don't need to struggle to find the Facebook dimensions for the Facebook cover dimensions. Everything is pre-set over here. So I just need to select the image or the format that I like. After selecting the template, I can replace the original image with my own, as well as I can replace the text. But in my case, I feel this particular template that I'm selecting is good to go as a demonstration because the business is hypothetical and this is a free slide that I am using over here. You can modify. It is always advisable to modify and replace the pictures with your own business so that it looks much more appealing and genuine to the audience that you are targeting, and that is one of the important factor. You can come up with your catchy phrases and taglines as well. If you still want to browse some other type of designs or templates, feel free to do that. You can do that. You can add text, videos, different photos, whatever you want to add more to make your design more attractive and fancy. Once you're done with it, you can always click on the download button. You can set the size of the image. These features are available only in the Pro version, that is the transparency for the background and compress the file quality. So I'm going ahead with the free version and I'll just click on the download and this image is saved on my machine. So we are ready with our logo and we are ready with our Facebook cover page. Now we have to move forward and plan for the relevant content for our business, but at the same time, we need to also make sure that the content that we are designing should be able to reach out to audience without any investment at the first stage, that is organically. So let's move on to content writing and keywords. Content writing and keywords are most important aspects in digital marketing as well as in the traditional marketing, and it is much more important aspect particularly in the digital marketing than the traditional marketing, because you have to the customer is targeted based on the content that you are going to show them. Bringing the attention of your audience over a key concept using relevant keywords and content. So let's have a look. How do we draft our content? Even if I don't have the content writing skills or I'm not the expert, we will take help of some free tools as well as we have many paid version of tools. No doubt they are not going to write and draft the content for you, but yes, they will assist you to make best choice of your keywords. The foundation of search marketing is built on keywords. Search marketing knows that conducting continuous keyword research and keyword analysis is critical to achieving success with organic and paid search advertising. But conducting and implementing keyword research is also highly effective for social media marketing. It is advisable to use tools for keyword analysis, its performance, and design the post accordingly. Let's have a look at a demonstration in the next slide. We will use Google Trends for our demonstration. So here I have a Facebook page and I'm showing you this particular Facebook page because I just want to demonstrate that how the Facebook search works. The Facebook search basically works on the keywords that you type, and I have typed in organic veggies. So based on that, I'm able to search the businesses, the post available. In fact, I can change the settings and look into the pages or post or friends or groups based on the keywords. And that is the reason the keywords are most important. So now I'm looking at Google Trend over here. I'm sorry. So let's go back. So this is Google Trend. Basically, Google Trend is available free and you don't have to pay anything for this particular services. You can make best use of Google Trend because if you look at, so I'm focusing on some keyword that I have in my mind is fresh farms. So I have added fresh farms as a keyword over here, and you can see the small graph appears over here on your screen. So it shows the search volume, that what is the demand of this keyword, how many users are searching it. You can also narrow it down further to see region-wise search and everything on this Google Trend tool. We are not marketing this tool, but since it is a free tool and we can make best use of it, because as a startup, moreover, it's a wise decision to make use of free open source tools than to invest into the premium tools before we start making revenues out of business. Again, the feature that this Google Trend tool offers is the comparison between different keywords. So if you have multiple keywords in your mind, you can type in the boxes and you can actually see the comparison over the graph and analysis over here. So moving ahead, using a keyword planner tool will give you a rough idea of how your post will perform. Google Trend is more effective in when the users are trying to search your business in Google search engine, but this also helps you to set a benchmark so that even if the users are trying to search your business over other search engines, you have a certain level of achieving the audience targets. Facebook, just like any built-in the Facebook lacks a built-in keyword searching tool. So Google Trends or any other keyword searching tools helps you a lot. Instead, Facebook looks at the audience based on their interests, and they help the audience to get in touch with the businesses around and the pages around and the friends around. In fact, Facebook also looks at the demographics as well as the friend circles, what they are following, and based on that, it makes the best use of it. But moreover, if you want to promote a business, keywords play a lot of important role, right from drafting a content as well as coming up with your paid ads, because based on the keywords, the audience interest might match. So if I come up with my own formula over here, as you can see on my screen, I have developed a formula. So my formula is I'll be making use of a number, an adjective, noun, keyword of importance, and a reward. So this is the formula that I have come up, and based on this formula, I have a small example. So number is 3. I have used adjective simple, noun as steps, and important keyword over here that I have made use of is farm fresh. And what are you going to get as a reward is you will get this at your doorstep. So that is not less than a reward, because in these times wherein there are lockdowns and travel bans, you get some services at your doorstep without any extra cost is more important than any other reward. So this is my sentence that I am going to use in my post, for example. So 3 simple steps and get your farm fresh vegetables at your doorsteps. So this sentence itself attracts a lot of people, as well as due to the high frequency of this keyword search volume, as we have seen in the Google Trend, helps our Facebook post to circulate among the audience organically, and if you just boost it with a payment, it will perform much more better. I have a gift for all participants today, a set of useful resources. That is, I have a collection of keywords in which you can use it to draft your content and make your catchy business lines. It includes adjectives, nouns, call to action, positive words, negative words, which are popular and have shown good search volume by keyword planner tools. You can develop your own formula and decide on how you wish to use them in your post on content, in your content, and in your various different ads that you are planning to go ahead with, provided the content that you draft using this keyword makes a lot of sense and is relevant to your business. You will receive your copy of these resources soon after this session on your registered email ID. And how do we go ahead with it? I will give you the instructions later on as we go ahead with the presentation. There is a small note over here that if you are participating in the session for the first time, maybe you can visit my official Facebook handle at @Shehrevar, and you can just hit on the like button so that you can be subscribed for the upcoming sessions. So going ahead towards our presentation. So this presentation is about setting up your Facebook page, because we have the keywords, we have the logos. So you can set up your own Facebook page by using the command over here as create. So basically this command will be visible whenever you are in your home section of the Facebook page. You can use the create from your menu over here. You can create page, add, group, event, or even a fundraiser event. Or you can always use the page menu in the left side. When you click on the create button, you will get two options over here. So we are looking at business and branding. So we are selecting business and branding option, wherein I am typing my page name, which is obviously, yes, the name of my business. So name of my business is Farm Fresh, and it falls under the category. Category is very, very, very important because the users subscribe to the pages and events based on their interests. So if someone is searching for organic fresh fruits and vegetables, or have subscribed to certain groups pages related to it, your page can be suggested to them based on the category that you have selected. In my case, I have selected category as organic food shop. Enter the address for your business, pin code, phone number is highly recommended if you can add it, and then let's go ahead. So as I move ahead, I will get a setting over here wherein I'm going to just upload the logo for my business that I have created using Canva. Further, I'm going to upload my cover photo that I have designed. So over here, my photo is not added, so I'll just add it manually. Sometimes there is an issue due to the internet connections. It also shows the date of page creation over here. So here I go. Since the images of the actual exact size of the cover, so I'm not able to drag or reposition it, and that's the reason I'm just saving it. And that's the advantage of using canva.com, because you have the ready-made template based on the dimensions that you need. You can, this is the URL for your Facebook page, facebook.com/farm-fresh, or you can also set up a username over here. Now basically when you create fresh Facebook page, you won't be able to create a username without 25 likes to your page. So you need to have 25 likes, then you'll be able to add the username. If the username is available, you get the green tick. Now in my case, I don't have 25 likes, so I'm not able to change the username. Username is very important because it will help you to suggest anyone to visit your page, or you can share it in a very short form instead of typing facebook.com. If someone is on Facebook, you just have to give them the username and they can search you based on that. Further, we are going ahead with editing of the Facebook page information. So I click on edit page information, and this is the first section that I have to fill in with the description. So I have kept some description ready with me, so I'll be just copy pasting it over here. In your case, you have to wisely design using the keywords and grammar. You have to check the grammar and make sure that it is relevant and it makes a lot of sense. If it is difficult for you, it is always advisable to get on board a expert content writer. No doubt you can be a judge over there in giving them the selections. Further, going ahead with the categories, if you want to add in more categories that you think the business go ahead with, you can add the phone number. If you have a website, you can add your website, save it. If you don't have a website, you can just select the checkbox over there. Now in case of website, there are various validation. So if I don't write a proper address of website, it won't accept it. So initially I didn't write .com, so it didn't accept it. Now I have written .com, but it's not accepting because I'm not writing a complete URL over here. So the complete URL for my website has to be http://www. Whatever is the name of my website has to come with the domain. It can be .com, .co, .org, whatever is the domain for your website. This website is a hypothetical website because the business do not exist in real. But in your case, make sure you have everything ready. You can write the email address that if the users have any troubleshoot, they can immediately write back to you on this particular email, or even if they want to contact you to know more about your business and everything, they can get in touch with you. Now, over here, there are validations again. So you have to write a proper email address. If you don't have email address, you can just take the checkbox. Address is most important. Many of us, we usually don't write addresses, which is very wrong. And due to this reason, our Facebook page is not able to give you good results. So it is always advisable to write the addresses, proper addresses, because the search will be done based on the addresses over here. You can also write the service areas if you're only going to deliver your services in few neighboring areas of the cities only. If it is entire city, you can just leave it as it is. So in my case, I'm going to deliver the services not in the entire city, but only in the few localities in my city. So I'm just typing the localities accordingly so that I can give more focus to people who are using Facebook and the ad can be visible to them in those particular areas. And this should work out even if I'm not going ahead with a paid ad. So these settings are much more important so that your business seems to be genuine and you can get organical results without paying. These are the hours of my business. So I'm working from Monday to Saturday. So I have selected Monday to Saturday, as well as you can change the timings. I'm okay with this timing, so I'm not changing it. Let's save it. Now these are the temporary service changes. If you like, if there is a public holiday or something, then maybe you can select this section. In my case, there is no change, so I selected no change. Here you can compare how expensive is your product compared to the other competitors in the market, and you can select it accordingly. The changes are done, but this will be only disappearing when you change the section, because Facebook will be able to save it when only when you change your section and your template. It will disappear automatically. Now going ahead with templates and tabs. So by default, we have been given a standard template by Facebook for our business, but I'm not happy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the template that will match my business in a best way. So that here you have few examples of the templates that you can use based on the business or the brand that you are looking to promote it. In my case, I'm comfortable with shopping, because what I'm looking at is people can visit my Facebook page, get the information about it, and directly buy the products from my page itself. And these are the different tabs associated with my page. So I'm comfortable with it. I'm happy. So I have selected it and I'm clicking on apply. Now over here, after application, there are some tabs which I don't require. I don't need additional tabs over here. So I can just click on settings like event. I don't need event, so I'll just switch it off and I'll save it. Similarly, I want to, I want review on the top. So I'm reordering the tabs accordingly. Whichever tabs I don't need, I'll just switch it off. Whichever tabs I need, I won't touch it at all. So let's say I don't want group, so I will just switch off the group tab, save it. So the group tab will appear over here, but when I will actually see my Facebook page, I won't get that tab over there on my actual page that the visitors will be able to see. I want videos near my photos, so I want videos and photos just nearby to each other, and you can see the change has automatically, the change is done. Now these are some general settings over here. So if you want, if you don't want anyone to put up any post on your page without your permission, you can do the same over here by going into the general settings, visitor post, and you can click on edit, and accordingly you can select the option. So in my case, I have allowed visitors to post on my page, but before it is public, I want to review it. So I have done these changes and I have saved it over there accordingly. Moving ahead, and let's see how my page will look like. So this is my page with all new tabs over here with a new template. You can see it. You cannot see the group tab over here because I have switched it off, and whatever I need, all those tabs are visible over here. And I'm pretty much happy with that. because it is somewhere matching my requirement of my business. And these are the default posts that has appeared automatically because you have added the cover photo and everything, and that is going to notify the audience. Now, I don't have one important tab over here. Actually, I have this invite friends, but this is a dummy hypothetical account that I have created. So I actually don't have any friends on my friend list to invite them. Going ahead to call or call to action button. So you can select that whenever people visit your page, no doubt they can like your page, but in addition to like, what you want them to do. So there are different call to action settings over here. So I'm looking at, let's say, shop shop with you, and within shop with you there are different options. If you want someone to contact you, there are various options so that people can contact you, and you can select accordingly. If you want people to book an appointment with you, you can do that as well. If you want people to learn more about your business by watching a video, or they click on the learn more button and you want to redirect them to your website, which is your shopping website, you can do that the same. So let's say if I select any of this option and I say shop now, you can redirect them towards your website, wherein you have an e-commerce website. You have to write the address of your website if it exists. If you don't have website, you can also select shop now with Facebook, and you have to configure the shop page for the Facebook. In my case, I have not considered it. I have not configured it, so it's not going to work well because I have not opened up Facebook shopping account over here, and I have not even entered the details. But if you wish to, you can go ahead with that. So if you want to redirect people to your website, you can enter the website name over here. That okay, fine, I have a website, but they click on shop now, they are redirected to your website and they can shop. So if your account is configured well, the settings will be saved. In our case, I have not configured the account, so the settings are not saved as of now. So I will go back and I will select some other call to action button over here. Like I want to look at book now. So if I select book now, you have again options over here. You want to book an appointment through your website, or you want to book appointment through Facebook. So in my case, I have selected Facebook, and over here I have given time slots. So by default, my time zone will be Asia Kolkata, that is for India. My appointment days are available. I can select the settings over here. If you want to synchronize with Google Calendar, you can do that. I'm happy with the default settings, so I have clicked on next, and here I have to add my services. That as a business, what services I offer. If you want, if you have some certain services to focus on, please do add it. In my case, since I'm just demonstrating, I have not added it, so I'm just closing this tab over here. So you can see the call to action button has set to book now. You can also share the page with your friends to drag more likes over here on your Facebook page to start with. This is the About Us section. The About Us section shows the information that we have added over here. But something that attracts most of the audience is the story about your business. That is something very, very important. So again, for the story, you can add a story picture, you can add a title, and you can add the text. So story is much more important, how your business started or what special you have. I have some content ready over here. I have literally picked it from the internet. So I have pasted the text, and let's say I add this image over here. So I want to show that this is the guy who started the business of the farm fresh products. So the success story of True Farm. Now somewhere I have just picked it from the internet. That's the reason the image is not matching the dimension. So I'm just, trying to readjust by dragging the image up and down. And yeah, somewhere I think, yes, it works well with me. And yeah, things are good to read and good to go. So I have saved it. I'm giving the title over here as Our Story. And this is the content over here. And yes, let's post it. So let's see how it looks like. Perfect. So this is how we have added the story, and the About Us section is almost complete. If you want to add something more over here, you can do that. You can add more business details of when your business was started and so on and so forth. This is your page ID, which is extremely important. If you can always note it down as well. The services section, since I have not added any of my services, so it is empty. But if you want to add it, you can add it using add services like home delivery, and what all different kind of services that you can think of based on your business. In my case now, I don't like services, so I'm just switching off services from my templates and tab setting, and just let's go back to the page and see whether my settings have worked or not. So now if you can see, yeah, the services are gone. So now I will only have a section over here is the appointment section, and I'm giving more importance to it. In my case, you can select your call to action as per your business model. You can also test the button, delete the button, edit the button. Now I'm again editing it, and I'm just trying to show you and demonstrate how different setting works over here. So what I want to do is I want people to contact me so that they can also always contact me over WhatsApp. Also, how WhatsApp works, let's have a look. So you can connect this Facebook business page with your WhatsApp number as well. But before you go ahead with it, there are some security settings wherein it will connect you with the WhatsApp business account. You have to enter your phone number. It will send you a OTP code. You accept it, then this will be integrated entirely. I'm not connecting it with WhatsApp over here. So this is how your page looks like as of now. You have the appointment section. If you want to change the language for your page, you can change the language for your page also by just clicking on the plus sign, and you can just see the list of languages that are available on the Facebook over here. But in my case, English is good for me because the location where I'm going to offer my services, they understand English, so I'm good to go with that. Now this is the shop section that I have. So if I want to add more details about my services, I can just click on the shop section, and I can in fact set up my Facebook shop, which was not initially set it up. And I would like people to buy products by messaging services, so I'm just ticking and selecting message to buy instead of checkout to another page. The service people will be able to pay me, and I accept in Indian rupees, the currency. So I have set currency as Indian rupees, and I have saved it. But we will not go much in detail about setting up a shop because we have a next tutorial to come on for the same. Let's go to the home tab, and you can see how the visitors will be able to view your page once it is ready. You can also, if you want, you can also check on the other settings and menus, whatever is available over here. But ultimately, your goal of setting up your first Facebook business page is done with all the settings over here. Now, before we go ahead, the most important part that we need to consider is post and engagements. So post and engagements are most important part because graphics design, yes, it is at its own place. It works well. It will direct the attention of the customers, and it will show that, yeah, the business really exists. It is not a fake business, or it is not a hypothetical business. But moreover, what connects to your business and attracts more customers on social media platform are the post and its engagements. So engagements means if I have come up with a nice post, how are people going to react to it? Are they sharing with other people? Are they clicking hit button, or are they going to hit the button as like? Are they going to give me some emos over there or some reactions? And these are how the people are engaged with your post. If your engagements are more, which means your post has done its job of attracting people. So what we understand over here is there are different type of posts. On an average, video posts on Facebook get at least 59% more engagement than other post types. The best part is that any brand is capable of creating greater amount of reactions, comments, and shares, which in turn leads to greater organic reach. Events are exciting, and posting about them on Facebook can encourage event awareness, registration, and attendance. This tactic can also get you more engagements at the same time. Live videos has exploded in the past year, and Facebook Live has become an essential tool that all business should be leveraging. Facebook Live is exciting, and it has a sense of urgency that the users love. They get a notification that a page you have followed or you have liked is going live. and they can watch the broadcast and interact with you in the real time. Then after the live broadcast is over, you can save the video and share it to your page's timeline so that anyone who missed it can catch up later. And these are a few of the tactics that you can look into it to increase the engagement of your audience with the post, your page, and ultimately get more leads generated over there and turn the leads into customers and generate revenue out of your business. Before we go ahead with the promotions, we need to remember a few things. We have our digital strategy ready, which talks about who is going to be my audience, which locality I'm going to serve, what is the goal of my business. Do I want to sell products or I want to collect leads? Then nurture the relationship and further then go ahead and convert them into a long time customers. But in addition to this, the most important points over here before setting up a promotion campaign on Facebook is demographics, hobbies and interests of the users that you are targeting using the Facebook platform, and budget per day, because at the end of the day this will be the paid promotion ad, so your budget matters. It should never happen that you have invested a lot of money and you don't get any results, like you don't have reach to the people by getting more likes, or you don't have engagements, or you don't have clients coming in. So budgets are most important part of your paid campaigns. One of the Facebook's greatest strength is its incredibly granular and sophisticated targeting option. Advertisers and search marketers can target their prospective audience based on hundreds of different criteria, including demographic data, behavioral patterns, wider online interest, as well as layered segmentation combining any of the data points available. So demographics, in the sense, you can look at different areas where you want your business to grow. If it is within the city, you can target the entire city as your demographic audience. You can narrow it down to localities. If you're targeting at more countries, you can do that as well. But somewhere you can also narrow it down towards age group, the gender, male, female. You can also select on that. You can also target audience based on their hobbies and interests, that what they have, and later on you can set a daily budget for that depending on your business goals, that what are you attracting together. Now going ahead with the next slide, in which we are going to look at how to start our first campaign very well. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Facebook-like campaigns, increase engagements, how to attract and target the audience, and build a cost-efficient campaign in low budget. And the good thing that Facebook offers us is we can start our campaign with less than 76 Indian rupees per day, which is equivalent to $1 a day. You can start your campaign, and it's up to you whether you want to run a campaign for a day, or you want to run a campaign for 2 days, or for a long-term duration. How can we have multiple creatives created and coming up with the catchy headline so that the campaign works well and launch the campaign? So here we have the video in front of us. So to start with a campaign, we are going to make use of the tools that the Facebook itself has provided us over here. So you can, before going ahead, I will just come up with a small first post so that I at least have something. If I don't have any likes, I can invite my friends to like my page and business. But this thing cannot work always, because you cannot always target your friends for buying your products. So before going ahead, I'll just create a post. I have just picked in some text and good image to come up with a good post, making sure that I have really good keywords. So I'm just selecting this nice image over here. I will be putting on a post over here. I have made sure that the keywords that I have used in the post are going to perform well. They are very well known in the search volume based on different regions that my business is going to work. So that's how you have to design your content. If you want, you have to decide on call to action. So if you want people to look at the post and tag your products, or you're offering free brochures or gifts, you can do that. But if you want people to message you, you can select message. If you don't want your post to have any call to action, then you can just leave it as a simple post. Going further, let's have a look. Yes, the post is ready to go and it looks beautiful. It looks really good. So now going ahead to ads, but before that we are going to use this analysis tool that the Facebook provides us, which is called as Insights. So Insights shows that how many people like your page on daily basis, hourly basis. You can see how many people have viewed your page, how is your page doing well in terms of grabbing audience attention, engagements, and etc. So over here there is no engagements, there is nothing, because we have just started this page freshly. To start with the paid campaigns, you can always go to advertising on Facebook. You can select this option, or you can use shortcut which says visit ad center. So when you click on visit ad center, this is the page that you will get in front of your screen. And please don't worry if it changes in future, because Facebook every time they update the look and feel, the design of their page. But you should focus on, yeah, these are the settings that I should get. So this is the ad center from where we are looking at, do I have any ads? No, I don't have any ads. So let's go to ads manager. So ads manager is a sophisticated tool wherein your account will be automatically created and it will be linked with your Facebook page. So these are the terms and conditions. Over here, you are not going to discriminate any business or hate speech or anything. It will be purely ethical and well. You are not going to hurt anyone's feeling and just promote your business in a very legal and ethical way. So these are different tabs over here. So you can look at the account overview, how much budget you have spent, how many impressions you have, and how many people are able to reach out to your ads, how many people have clicked your ads, your campaigns, ad sets. Under campaigns, you can have different set of ads that you want to run in different countries or different localities. You can decide on that. At present, everything is 0 because I have just started. So here I have two settings. I want to create a complete ad, or I just want to create a campaign shell. So campaign shell is just like a template which you can later on reuse it. But in my case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead with a complete campaign so that you all can know how to promote your page by investing some money. So you can see the campaign, ad sets, and ads on your left hand side. Over here we can see for what I want to pay Facebook. What do I want to promote? Do I want engagements, or I want more likes? I want more reach? What exactly I am looking at from Facebook? So you can look at this particular setting. So under brand awareness, you want more traffic, more engagement. You want more views to your video, or you want to generate the leads. Generate leads means you want to capture people's information by asking their name, email, phone number, so that later on you can get in touch with them. Or you just want your page to go ahead with simple likes. You just want people to like your page and increase the number of likes on your page. So these are the different types of settings that we have over here. In our case, we'll go with engagements. And under engagements, I can give the name to this particular campaign. I can see I want page likes. Okay, then I click on the page likes. If I want event responses, I want more people to sign up for the event, I can do that. So I have clicked on page likes. See different settings over here in terms of cost. So this is the total cost that you are ready to invest. You can always change it. So this is the daily budget. So daily I am ready to spend, let's say 5,000 Indian rupees or 2,000 Indian rupees. That budget I have to decide on. So it depends on what you have decided on budget as per your digital marketing plan. So over here, this is my first ad, is the name of my campaign. Daily budget, or you want a lifetime budget, you have to decide on it, and you have to add money to the Facebook account accordingly. Then on your end can go ahead. In my case, I am just adding 77 rupees as my daily budget, assuming that I'm a small startup and I cannot invest more. And you can look at the ad features, and if everything is good to go, I just click on continue. This is the most important part. You can see on the right hand side over here the audience size, how many people are going to view your ad in thousands, engagements and everything. But what makes sense is not how many people are actually going to look at your ad, but what makes sense is you target the right audience I don't want people to just look at my ads and pay the Facebook. I want people to look at my ads and I need some engagement and some action from it so that I can earn money back and my brand reputation is built. So you can create the custom list of audience using your website or maybe video or lead forms. If you don't have any lead forms or you don't have anything, then you can select any one of the option to generate the leads and get to know the interested people. So in my case, I have clicked on, let's say, lead forms. So there will be a form generated by Facebook which will capture the details of the users, whoever is interested in your business or in your product. So people will find this ad, and when they click on it, a small form will open in which you can select you want to capture their name or what details you want. It will capture accordingly. So here I have to give the name to my audience list. So under this particular tab, all the leads will be captured by Facebook. Here I have some more settings that I want to capture details from anyone, or I want to capture details from those people who have opened my ad and have submitted the right details to me. And that makes a lot of sense because here you will avoid false data. If you want to add some more forms to it and you want to, narrow down the targeting of your audience, you can do that as well. Over here, we are not going to go ahead with much more detailed forms and anything. So we are happy with it. If you want to add some description to this particular form, you can add that also. And once you are done with all the settings, you can always go ahead. But in my case, I'm just going back because I just wanted to show you this, how to generate lead forms and lead generation campaign. Going ahead, if you don't want to go in depth, then maybe you can target your audience based on the location of the country or location of the city where you want to operate and where you want to sell your products or where you want to build your brand. In my case, I have selected Pune city, which is in the state of Maharashtra. And if you want to narrow it down, you can narrow down the locality, so the people only in that area or in that city or in that locality will be able to view. And here you can see the audience size have changed. Don't worry if your audience size is reducing. It has to be fair enough so that you get very targeted audience. It should just make sure that it should never go in the red area, otherwise the ads will again not work out for you. I'm again setting the audience based on the age group. You can see my ad genders. I want everyone to see because I'm selling vegetables, so anyone can buy it. If you further want to narrow it down to your audience list, you can do all different settings which are available to improve the performance of your ad. Once you're done with your audience, you can just hit on save this audience, and next time when you go ahead with the next ad, it will suggest the same audience. If you wish to modify, you can do that. This is the name of my audience, what I have done over here. So audience is set, and it shows that estimated daily results will be 850 to 2.5 thousand likes, but this is the approximate figure. Now let's design the ad which will drag people to your page. So here comes the designing skills. So if you have already some post published on your Facebook page, you can use it, or you can develop a new ad from scratch. In my case, I am going with this ad, this post which I have published some time back. So this is how your ad will appear. You can see on your right side mobile news feed. So mobile users will be able to get the ad like this. If you want to see how people on the desktop will be able to view it, this is how the people on the desktop will be able to view it. On Messenger, the ad will look like this. You can also look at the different platforms of Facebook on which the ad dimensions will change and the appearance will change. If you want to change, if you don't like this ad, you can change it to some other post that you want to view, but make sure that the post has to be attractive and it should make sense. If you want to add one more ad over here or some more details, you can do that as well. You can also create a custom post over here itself with the call to action that you are looking at. You can also add the button for your call to action. If you want users to send you a message looking at the sponsored ad, or you want them to shop directly, or you just want them to like your page when they look at your ad, you can do that. Or if you want to just share the code of your products, it's up to you what you want to do. In my case, I have selected send message, so people who are really interested in my business will get this particular ad on their mobiles or Facebook pages over there. So they can just hit on this ad and they can send me a message. So this is the view that I can get. Over here you can start conversation, and you can also generate leads by conversation. So you can make use of the tool that is the automated chat box that the Facebook is offering these days. And even if you're not available, you switch on the setting of automated sending messages. The Facebook will do the work for you based on what answers and questions you have feed in your Facebook post. You can also have this ad running on Instagram as well, because Facebook and Instagram, they're interlinked, and Instagram actually belongs to Facebook. So that's the dual advantage, but provided you have connected to Instagram. You can also have a mock-up set over here. At present, there is no mock-up because this is my first ad that I'm going ahead with. Mock-up is like if I already have some ad, I can just use the settings of that previous ads. If you have any issues, you can report the issues to Facebook directly if you're facing any problem over here. If you're good to go, you can select the next settings to go ahead. Now over here my ad is good, so I can always click on confirm, and when you click on confirm, this is the time when it will be asking you for your information. So this page will change from country to country that you are working in or you are residing in. Your business pages developed in India. These are the details that the finance department need about any businesses. So once I fill in this detail, I can always go ahead with the billing section, wherein I will enter the details regarding my bank accounts or how I want to pay Facebook. Usually all the details are through online transactions from bank accounts or through the wallets. Again, over here in this billing section, you can decide on the payment method. So if I want, so since I have not filled in the account information, I'm repeatedly getting this and I'm not able to go ahead. Here you can decide on, let's say I have paid 10,000, or let's say I have paid Facebook $1,000, and how I want to use this $1,000, I have to decide on my daily budget. So if I have one ad or multiple ad running, for each ad how many dollars I want to use per day, so this setting I have to do. When you load the money over here, you will get the number over here, the amount actually that you have loaded in the Facebook, and when you actually start the ad, you will get the figure for that as well. If you are an ad agency, then these are the settings meant for you over here. You have to go through. If you are using it for personal use, you just select it by default. Yes, it is for my personal use, but if you are an ad agency or digital marketing agency, then you have to make the settings accordingly so that you can also get more users from your company to manage the ad for that particular business whose contract you have hired. Now, if you find this thing quite difficult, then you can make use of this shortcut called as create ad, which is available, and things are easy over here compared to the ad manager. So if you want to promote the page, you can click on promote page, accept the terms and conditions. Since we are the first time user, we are getting this over here to accept terms and condition. Every time you won't get it, because once the agreement is signed, it remains stable. So you can always have some time and look at the terms and condition. I have just clicked on I accept and I'm done. So this is by default, the Facebook is suggesting me that this is how my ad should look like. But if I'm not happy with it, I can select some free pictures available. If I have designed my own pictures and logos for my business from let's say from Canva or Unsplash or any other designing tool, graphic designing tool, I can use it as well. Over here, the limitation, the post looks good when you are limited to not more than 90 characters, so that the phrases are very catchy. Make use of good keywords over here. So I'm coming up with my own catchy phrase so that it attracts people. When they see this post, they have to click on my post. Again, here you have to set your audience. In my case, I have already done the audience selection, so I don't need to do it again. The most important thing, you can look at how you want to spend on this ad or how many days you want to run ads. So here at present, ad is going to work for 4 days. I'm selecting it. I want this ad only to be functional for 2 days. 75.95 is the minimum budget, that is approximately $1. So per day investment. If I'm good to go, I will go ahead. If I don't want to go ahead, if I want to save the ad and work on it later, I will save it as a draft. So this was the demonstration for the first campaign and setting up your first ad using Facebook. So now let's go ahead. I hope you all were able to understand the session and we were able to demonstrate pretty well how to use the ad manager and how to use, if you find ad manager very difficult, you can just click on the create ad button on your Facebook page and you can go ahead with the simplified steps, how to write keywords, attract audience attention, how to target the audience. But most important is you need to have business plan. Money is not important. Many a times people have a lot of money, but they don't know how to invest it well. And that's the reason they face issues and their business do not prosper even if they are using digital marketing tools. So let's move ahead. So now, as usual, we have a quiz time, we have a self-assessment time over here. So I would request you all to be ready with your mobile phones. You need to keep your mobile phones ready because you have to use your mobile phones as your answer pads. The question will be displayed on your screen or on the screen of your laptop or on your computer over here, and you have to be ready with your mobile phones. So on your mobile phones, you might have received a link in your chat box, and if you have not, you can just have a look over here that the link is www.kahoot.it. So on your mobile, just visit this website on your mobile. Just pick up your mobile phone and just add this link www.kahoot.it. And when you enter this link on your mobile phone, you will get this type of the screen. If you all have this screen on your mobile phone, don't do anything, just hang on and wait for the next slide to appear on your laptop or on your desktop over here. So I assume you are visiting this website on your mobile and your mobiles are ready with you. So meanwhile you all are connecting your mobile with the website, I would just like to show you that how this quiz is going to work. So on your machine, on your laptop or desktop screen, let's say you get this type of the question that how many questions does a 4-year child ask on an average day, and you will also get options. You will also have a timer on your screen. So in our case, every question I will be giving you 30 seconds to answer each question. Now let's say the answer to this question is, let's say 100 questions. So on my mobile screen, I'll get this type of pictures. So if my answer is 100 questions, I have to click on the picture with the orange color and circle on it. And this is how you are going to play the game. So what I will do is, I assume we all are ready with Kahoot app on my screen and you are waiting for the pin. And as we enter the pin, you will go ahead with your nickname or your original name on the screen. So till the time you are ready with the setup, let me just go back to the normal screen and start the Kahoot app so that we all can start the quiz. So this is the pin that you all have to enter on your mobile screen. After entering the pin, you will be prompted to enter your nicknames. So I'm waiting for you all. When you're getting players in, we're waiting for some more players. I'm waiting for some more players for the self-assessment for the quiz. Waiting for some more players to come in. We are waiting for next 20 seconds more for the players to get in. Assuming that there is some internet issues, I'm waiting for more players to come in. This is a self-assessment quiz, so I would encourage most of you to get in. Unfortunately, our live players second because most of you are doing live streaming using your mobile phones, so you won't be able to switch it. But those who are connected with us over Zoom, I would request you to join. Okay, so I think let's go ahead. So now the question will be on your screen and you will be able to answer the question using your mobile phone. So let's start with the quiz. Okay, I got one more player on chat. Let's give it 5 more seconds or so that there is someone else who wants to join. Any players? Let me start the session. The first question on your screen, you have 30 seconds for each question. Be cool, calm, and answer it correctly. Choose the target groups using Facebook to answer the question and answer. And it's running very people have answered. This question is yes. You can select the target group for your Facebook ads and as well as you can change it as and when required. Okay, the scores over here. Let's go on to the next question. Once the budget set for Facebook ad, it cannot be changed. That's not true. Once you set the budget for the Facebook ad, you can change it. That's the flexibility again that you have got in the Facebook. So you can change the budget on the daily basis, and based on that, the performance of ad, you can improve it. If you want, you can again modify the audience within the same ad as well. So yes, you can change the budget of your Facebook ads. So looking at the points and going ahead. What is the name of Facebook's analytics tool? In front of you, Insights. Insights is the name of the Facebook's analytical tool that is offered by Facebook that shows how your ads are performing, how many visitors you have organically and inorganically. Going on to the next question. This is the second last question for the quiz. Which of following time is not considered on Facebook's engagement metrics. So Facebook do not consider views as engaged on their engagement metrics, because you are not able to trace out who is actually viewing it and is it really viewed, or you are yourself viewing the post over there. So views is the concept in the case of videos. So when you boost the video ads, this is one of the drawback in the matrix. So that's the reason we usually go with shares, likes, and comments. Let's have a look at the scoreboard, and yeah, this is the last chance, because we have this is the last question for us. The question in front of you. In Facebook to a specific audience, age, gender, and location. Yes, you can. Instead of boost, I have used a word called as sponsor, because boost is something that you could have easily traced it out. So yes, you can boost the post or sponsor the post on Facebook looking at specific age, audience, gender, and location. You can do that, and that's the reason why more and more users are coming to the Facebook every day to promote their brands and businesses. So nevertheless, let's look at the final scores and move ahead. Here we have on third position. Guys, we also have to another score. Congratulations to you also. So you might have all received a feedback section on your mobiles. So meanwhile, when you fill up the feedback section, let me just pull out my slide and let's go ahead with our presentation, the conclusion of our presentation over here. So we are coming on to question and answer session. Before we go ahead and take some questions, we have some gifts for all of our participants, including the live streamers, and that's the happy moment for every one of you. First 5 participants, including our live streamers, who will visit my official Facebook page and click on the like button, will receive free certificates. So if you have not liked my Facebook page, first 5 participants, including live streamers, you have to visit my official Facebook page, that is @Shehrevar, and click on the like button, and you will get the free certificate for this session today. But now, participants who are already subscribed to my Facebook page and you are already following me, we have a very special loyalty reward for you. You are required to visit my official page @Meet Shehrevar and write review. The first 5 participants to write a review on my page and complete it before the end of the session will get free certificate as well as free resource material on social media audit, absolutely free. Just a reminder to all of you, please be sure your questions are, you type your questions in the question panel over here so that we can look at your question and we can call out your name, and accordingly you can unmute your mic and we can go ahead. But we won't be able to take many questions. If you still have many questions, then you can always get in touch with me over the messenger on my Facebook page, or you also have my email ID. You can drop in your questions, and if anywhere you are working on the ad promotion session and you have issues, you can always contact me and I'm ready to help you out with the hand holding. So now I open the floor to you, and I would request Habiba to help me out so that you can look at the questions and call out the name of individuals. We'll be taking not more than 5 questions. So Habiba, are you going to call out the name of the participants who have the questions typed? So participants, if you have any questions, please do type in the chat box.
There is no any question as of now.
Okay, so I assume no one wants to ask any questions. So I'm just waiting for 5 more seconds before the conclusion. If you have any question, you can drop it to me. I have one question asked privately on my chat box. So just let me have a look at it.
Okay.
Okay, so this question that I'm able to understand, since it is sent privately, so I won't take the name of the person because I assume the participant don't want me to take their name. Okay, so the question is that before creating the Facebook page, we need to visit Google Trends and check for the keywords. See, before creating page, for your brand name, you don't need to visit the Google Trends or any other keyword planning tool for your brand name, because the brand name is your own product. The only time you need to visit the Google Trends and check for the keywords is for the post and for the description of your page, because the description of your page, the about us section of the page, and the post creates a greater impact on your audience. So this is the time when you, before drafting something, you need to catch hold of the good keywords who are working well in the search volumes, which are commonly used by many people, so that you can use those keywords in your content, make it fair and look it good grammatically, sound it correct, and then based on that you can promote your business, and that is going to work out really well. So I assume that there are no questions from anyone else. If anyone have any question, please drop into the chat box. If you have no questions or you want to ask me privately, you can always drop an email to me. So let's wait for 5 more seconds if there are any questions from anyone. Okay.
Sir?
So, yes?
I have a
Yes?
question about, as you said, about creating Facebook page and also WhatsApp. And is there any difference between, for example, YouTube as well, or all of them are the same about setting, and also how we can find
Yes. Yeah.
especially for YouTube channel?
Yes.
Thank you.
So now, see, if you are targeting to build the brand of for your business on Facebook, yes, the advertisement and the campaigns, the settings and everything works entirely different from for Facebook compared to YouTube, because again the platforms are different. See, if you look at YouTube is more towards looking at videos. So YouTube can only promote ads which are related to videos, and if you have lot of video ads to be promoted, then yes, Facebook is not a right platform for you. You need to switch on to YouTube. You can have your promotion and advertisement over YouTube. But if you are looking at your brand to be promoted in, let's say, by having some post or and very less of videos, moreover you want to interact with your audience, you want to know who are your customers, then Facebook is the right platform, and it works out really well. Because in terms of YouTube, the video ads, you won't be able to trace your customers, you won't be able to interact with them more frequently and build that connect and trust amongst them. So, and yes, the settings are different for each and every social media platform, because if they keep all same settings for all the social media platform, how are they going to earn money as well? And yes, with each and every platform you get a different flexibility. So on my chat box I am getting another question.
Yes, sir. It's from Ahmadi.
Okay.
Shukrullah, you can speak, I think. Unmute your
Shukrala,
mic.
you can, yeah, Shukrala, you can ask your question, please.
Yeah. Good evening, sir, and everyone. So, like, my question was the ads menu, like when you're creating your Facebook page, like when you're creating your Facebook page, there should be a minimum number of likes on your page, or it will be already active. Because I was having a page already for my assignment, but I was not able to find that ads point on my Facebook page to create an ad for in Facebook. Like, is it
Okay.
to
Okay.
create an ad?
So yes. So to answer your question, now it's very simple. See, when you create a Facebook page, Now everyone is not going to do like me. Say for me, I have created a separate Facebook account, and through that account I created a page because I never wanted anyone to look into and peep into my details of like who have liked my page or who are my friends and so on and so forth. So I came up with a fresh Facebook account, and through that Facebook account I created my page. So when you create a Facebook page, at the first, Facebook itself will tell you to invite your friends and they have to like your page. So Facebook will give you target that invite, let's say 20 friends, and out of that 20 friends you have to convince 10 of your friends to like your page. Once you have 10 likes on your Facebook page, it will give you target of 25 likes. Once you get 25 likes on your Facebook page by inviting your friends or other users or friends of friends, then it will give you a target of 100 likes, and later on 200 and 500 and so on. So if you want to start your ad, yeah, there is no restrictions, or there is no, what to say, a thumb rule that see if you have this many likes then only you can go ahead with the Facebook ad. But we usually don't go ahead with the ads without 10 likes. Why? Because how does the page will look like if you don't have even 10 likes and you go with her ad campaign? It won't look good. People won't trust your ads, people won't trust your brand, because what happens when you go with a paid ad, there is a small section highlighted over there that this many people have liked this page. So preferably, as the Facebook is modifying, what it is doing is it is coming up with not a restriction, but it is coming up with a rules and guidelines that you need to have minimum number of likes, then only you can go ahead. Why? Because at the end of the day it is a paid ad, and if the paid ad do not work out well, we are going to blame Facebook, but we are not going to review whether we have done the promotion in a right manner or not. So I hope this has answered your question, and we have next
Okay, thank you
question
so much.
coming in. So is there any more questions coming in from anyone?
No, sir, there is no another question.
So I can see one hand raised from Musiako Samuel. Samuel, you can just unmute your mic and you can ask your question, please. Samuel, I think you're from Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please. Yes, Samuel, your question, please.
Okay, my question is of all digital marketing strategies
Samuel, we are not able to get your voice. Maybe if you can just type down your question in the chat box, then I can read it and I can answer your question. There is a disturbance at your end, so we are not able to get your voice properly. I hope, Samuel, you are there with us, you're connected with us. Let's wait for 5 seconds for the question from Samuel's side. I hope he has good connection and he is typing it for us. So let's give Samuel 5 to 6 seconds. I think Samuel is, yes, so here he comes. Okay, so his question is, of all marketing platforms, would you recommend Facebook over other marketing platforms? Okay, so Samuel, this question is, to say it's a really good question. So see, I won't recommend you to go over any of one particular marketing platform in the digital marketing strategies. So it is your choice, and you have to make a right choice based on your business strategy. So when you design a business strategy, you have to decide whether Facebook is a good platform for you, or WhatsApp is a good platform for you, or let's say Instagram is good platforms for you. So you have to select on the channel that you want to go and you want your brand to have visibility. The reason why many of us are looking at Facebook is, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the session, that every day there are more number of users on the Facebook platform coming in, and not only the users, but if you look at our every 1 hour or every 30 minutes or so, we tend to look into our mobile at what's going on, and we check on our status, we see what's going, who's messaging me, and so on and so forth, specifically in case of Facebook. So that's the reason people go more with Facebook because of the users and the audience on it, but still it's your choice, it's your own research what marketing platform you want to use. Like there are many countries who are not using Facebook, so when you go with the Facebook targeting and Facebook uh, audience selection country wise, you will find there are many not countries who actually have banned Facebook from their country. So for them, Facebook is not important. Like if I am in some XYZ country who is not entertaining Facebook ads and Facebook is banned in my country, and I want to reach out to audience, obviously Facebook is not going to work with me. So I have to look at some other marketing platform, or I have to look at the local platform or local social media site which is going to work out well for me. So it's your personal decision. And yes, if you're looking at the business globally, let's say from your own country, Kenya, yeah, I would prefer, it's better to go with Facebook, because we know we have studies and we have papers based on the facts that about the users and how Facebook have worked out really well in terms of converting the revenues against the investments. So we have next question coming in from Mark. So Mark is happy with the session. Okay, fine. So Mark has no question over here. Thank you, Mark. It's our pleasure as usual. So before I close the session, I have 10 more seconds. If anyone wants to ask question or type in the question, I have 10 more seconds before we conclude. So I think there are no more questions, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on my Facebook page. So before concluding and before you all leave the session, thank you very much. Last but not the least, please contact me if you have any questions about the course. The best way to do this is to utilize the inbox feature of your mail service or on the Facebook Messenger. I will try to reach out to you within next 6 hours from Monday to Friday between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But if there is any delay, please excuse me, but definitely you will get an answer. And if you don't get the answer, you can always resend the message to me. You can also connect with me over my official Facebook handler through the messenger services provided on @Shehrevar. You can also download the presentations and the sessions that you have missed from the same page. If you are looking for the presentation in PDF, you can visit SlideShare. Shehrevar T is the name of my channel. Sharing is caring, so do share my page with your friends, relatives, and other students who are really interested to learn the use of technology on daily life, business, and in education. Stay updated with the upcoming courses and blogs. Thank you again for joining us. Good night, stay indoors, and stay safe.